Hi, this is David Marsh. Today is June 24th, 2010. I'm doing this video for the webinar attendees tonight. Right now we're looking at the NASDAQ market. This is before the opening bell. I know a lot of guys been wanting, been emailing me asking for more live videos. I did 3 live trading videos of me trading the NASDAQ that you'll have access to after the webinar. And I didn't take this short, but you can see it was a very nice short trade. This is live action. Been filled right around 864. Beautiful trade down, beautiful trade down. So just wanted to point that out. Now let me go over to the S&P and see if we can catch a trade. So let me pause for just a moment. All right, we're back. We got a nice NSC down. I'm going to try to take a pullback trade here at 79.75. We also have a long EET. Okay, the EET is more of an aggressive trade. Okay, this would have been the stop loss. I'm not taking the EET simply because the long-term indicator has gone short, and I want to avoid any long trades at this point. And sure enough, the EET would have been a losing trade because that's stop out. Now, one of the benefits, though, is I get all the time, I could say, well, wait, pullback trade is one direction, EET is in the other. How do you know which one to take? Well, you look at the long-term filter, that's a factor. And sometimes the long-term filter is not going to be much of a help, and you've got to decide you want the aggressive trade or the non-aggressive trade. The pullback trade is less aggressive because you're following the trend, but the stop loss is 6, the reward is only 4. Now with the EET, your risk is usually only about 4 ticks, and you can make 4 to 6, sometimes 8 ticks on the EET. Pullback trade canceled, so no action right now. Okay, you see the little cancel bar there off the Pro Indicator version 2. So nothing we can do right now. We'll just pause the video and we'll wait for our next trade, which may be an NSC up, but we'll just kind of play it out and see what happens. So we'll come back here shortly. Now we got a little bit of sideways action going on here, but we are close to catching a normal system entry. If we do get the normal system entry, it's not a higher probability trade as if it were coming at a no zone, but still a valid trade nonetheless. And I would want to enter limit at my worst possible fill price. I enter my trades limit, but I go as far out as I'm willing to take it. And in this case, right now, 79.75 is as far out as I would want to go on my limit. Now, of course, I can get positive slippage. I may get a fill below that, but I don't have to worry about negative slippage because I am going in limit order, whereas market order you may get negative slippage. So, and market's moving back down, so may not quite happen. If the market starts breaking down some more, we're going to start triggering more pullback trades, and we're then going to take a pullback trade. Okay. Now you'll see there's an NSE here. That's just a reference point on this chart to show me when the EETs are going to reset. And as of right now, they've just been reset. But I'm going to go ahead and take the pullback trade here at 78.75. Change my stop loss to 6. Got to be a little quick here. Get ready to go and see if we can get a fill on the pullback trade. And last pullback trade would have been a winner. It canceled because the probability of the trade went down, but it still won. So you saw an example of a trade that could have been a winner, but the rules kept us out of the trade. That's okay. But you also saw an EET that the rules kept us out of that was a losing trade. So that's what's most important. So we're going to just keep moving this down as we go. We just entered no zone, so we're not going to take any NSCs at this point. So we're just going to keep dragging this down. As Pro Indicator shows us the price, we'll just keep dragging our entry down and see if we can get filled and grab 4 ticks for you for the video. But let me go ahead and pause the video. I don't know how long I've been talking, and I got to keep them pretty short. So we'll come back shortly. Now, same thing here. We're in a long trend down, but there is a long EET that's signaled. Okay, this is what I consider an aggressive EET. It's aggressive because let's move our stop loss, our objective. Okay, 77 is our profit. I would much rather take the pullback trade here as opposed to the EET. 70% of the time they'll both be winning trades. Okay, but with the long trend and the no zone, in this particular case, I would want to be in a pullback. Now I kind of put my entry there a little bit late, so I may miss it. If it goes down to profit, which is 76, I'm going to cancel. Why? Because I missed the trade. The fill was 77 and the exit was 76. So if it hits 76, well, the trade won. I just wasn't there to get it. So we'll either jump up here and get filled, or it's going to jump down here and hit profit, then at which point I don't want the pullback because it's already completed. So we'll just give it a minute and let it do its thing here. I'm gonna pause again. Okay, I canceled. Well, I'm going to cancel. It already hit its profit. So the pullback trade's over. I was talking about the EET. It just happened to move down. I moved it down, didn't get filled. Would have been a winning pullback trade. We missed it. That's okay. We're in no zone now, so I'm going to stop the video and turn it back on when we come out of no zone and try to take a high probability NSE trade.